and angels start to sing. Hey, that's the girl for you. So what are you gonna do? Hey, little girl, I love you. I love you so. All I do is think of you day and night. I can't get you off my mind. Thinking about you all the time. All the time. Ooh, ay, ooh, ay. Ooh, 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 ay, ay. I can't wait for you to come my way. That man. Ooh, 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 ooh. So let's see what I can do about some light up in the building. Hey, 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 hey. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right, so we got a little extra light on the scene. Period. A little light on the scene with a gangster lean. Ooh, hey, ooh. All right. Hi guys, welcome to my platform. This is going to be a message for the collective. Collective, my messages are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the follow button. It would totally mean the world to me. Thank you guys for being here. So we are going to do affirmations, alignment, and truth. I trust my inner knowing. It has never led me astray. I trust my inner knowing. It has never led me astray. I choose truth over comfort and alignment over approval. I choose truth over comfort and alignment over approval. I recognize what is mine to carry and I release what is not. I recognize what is mine to carry and I release what is not. My discernment sharpens every time I honor my intuition. My discernment sharpens every time I honor my intuition. Self-worth and power. I do not chase, I attract through authenticity. I do not chase, I attract through authenticity. I am worthy without proving, performing, or explaining. I am worthy without proving, performing, or explaining. My presence alone carries value and impact. My presence alone carries value and impact. I no longer shrink to be understood or accepted. I no longer shrink to be understood or accepted. Boundaries and energy. I pour into what pours into me. I pour into what pours into me. I am allowed to pull back when something costs me my peace. I am allowed to pull back when something costs me my peace. My boundaries are loving, clear, and non-negotiable. My boundaries are loving, clear, and non-negotiable. I protect my energy because it is sacred. I protect my energy because it is sacred. Growth and expansion. I'm constantly evolving and I welcome who I am becoming. I'm constantly evolving and welcome who I am becoming. I outgrow what no longer aligns without guilt or apology. I outgrow what no longer aligns without guilt or apology. Every lesson refines me. Nothing is wasted. Every lesson refines me. Nothing is wasted. I am positioned for outcomes greater than I once imagined. I am positioned for outcomes greater than I once imagined. Peace and trust. I move at the pace of alignment, not urgency. I move at the pace of alignment, not urgency. Thank you. Hey, Abby Grace. I love you. Thank you for being here. Happy Tuesday. What is meant for me meets me with ease and clarity. RJ, can you make sure that this is plugged in for me down here? What is meant for me meets me with ease and clarity.
Again.
It was working and then it just stopped all of a sudden out of the blue. I am safe to rest, receive, and be supported. I am safe to rest, receive, and be reported. Be reported. Be supported. Pulled out the pen. We about to report it. Okay? For real. All right. I trust life because I trust myself. I trust life because I trust myself. I choose myself in ways that honor my future, not my fear. I am rooted, guided, and divinely supported. I show up as my highest self even when no one is watching. I show up as my highest self even when no one is watching. So I want to talk about something that is, I got two things on my list, right? So the first thing is this, Ibrahim Traore, right? I'm sure a lot of y'all know his name and things of that nature. I'm sure also a lot of y'all heard a couple of things about, what they have been trying to do over in Africa when it comes to, the communities and things of that nature. And what they have been trying to do to him. Now, I have a video, not sure if I actually saved it or not, that I may or may not play. Y'all may have to go and, search for it yourself and, just look up who that is and figure out all of the things that is happening even for the positive, right? But the thing that I want to discuss is this. If you know who he is and you know what he stands for, mind you, Abraham, the father of many, right? I think that's what that means. So let's look at. This man has not been able to be compromised like most of these dudes around here. most of the time a man can be compromised through his phallus, right? Because they'll send in this person, that person. So they tried to offer him a wife from a different place. He told them no thank you. So the way that a lot of these men come off, or act, or males is what I'm going to say, because they're not men. What does Ibrahim mean? Mind you, this is a very young man, right? One that I would say is definitely a man. Abraham is a deep spiritual significance. It's the Arabic form of Abraham, a major prophet in Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. Meaning of Abraham, father of many. Definitely was correct. Father of nations. Listen, he's definitely given, right? So in my mind, I love him for everything that he stands for, because his behavior is that of a real true man, one that is a father of many, a father of nations. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because he is a person that has been trying to unite the Black Africans back with the homeland, the motherland, right? And not for nothing, for everything that these people say about you should go back home to where you come from. And although, I may have come from here because I was born here, and so this is, our land. He's born over there where he come from, but he's been trying to unite us with them, right? Honorable man. For everything, all intents purposes. They can't compromise him the way all these other niggas is compromised, right? So we can't even label him in the category as half of these niggas that's around here. We're going to say that Ibrahim is the one. Because it's a lot of people that hold that title and that name, not honorable, been compromised, still compromised, and, they got to figure it the fuck out. Either way, the thing is, you'll hear people say, go home, return back. But he's trying to get the people to go home and return back. And it's a problem. Because they know, father of nations, if this man can do what his name says, and he's doing, it's going to be some changes around this joint. I love that for us, right? And for all intents purposes, I'm going to say the attempts that they have put on this man is not godly. Like the things that they keep trying to do to him. So it leads me to say something else. So I literally something popped across my screen today because I said, well, all the issues that have been happening and, going on around me, surrounding me in particular, because I'm always talking about me, right? A direction as to where if anything goes, crazy, and I'm gonna tell y'all why, because I'm gonna do an account of what has happened to me in the past 2021. Starting there, right? So in 2021, that's when the biggest glitch happened. So mind you, we're gonna say an attempt on my life, basically via sleeping with the enemy, right? So we're gonna start with that. So 2021, a lot of things changed, but we can also go back to 2020, 2019. 2018, because where this has been set up. And I'm just going to, I need y'all to pay attention and think about some stuff, only because I feel like that DNA thing goes a whole lot deeper than what anybody knows. So I'm going to say, for all intents purposes, I could have definitely been sleeping with the enemy and a person tried to wipe me out, right? But anyway, in 2021 going into 2022 was the biggest glitch that I've ever experienced, right? And so this is when that ascension, elevation happened, and all of a sudden everybody was trying to say that I was crazy. So I'm going to put 2021, 2022 glitch, right? That's what I labeled it as. And the only reason why I'm doing this now is because I'm letting y'all know something is not right. And when I start saying something's not right, instantly people will start trying to say that, you know, it's mentally with me, but I'm as sane as I'm ever going to get, all right? So we're going to do the documentation and the rundown, and then y'all tell me who can even potentially be this thorough, who would have the equipment or the time to be able to do half of the stuff that's even happening, and then y'all explain to me why. Because to me, I'm a little black girl from Dover, Delaware. I shouldn't be that important to anybody, right? But meanwhile, the amount of, and y'all know what happens when people like me start sitting in front of y'all saying, I'm not suicidal. There's nothing wrong. Inside of me, there's nothing wrong. All I asked for was to be able to take care of myself, maintain the house and location that I'm in. But meanwhile, the house and location that I'm in is starting to now do weird, random things. Like the other day, I was online talking to a person, giving them my phone number. The whole internet shut down. My son came from down to his room and asked me, Mom, what happened to the internet? Now, that could be, you know, just something random. But meanwhile, it happens every time I get on this social media and I start saying things. Certain times, it's like yesterday. All of a sudden, the social media shut down the minute I started saying something. So the only thing, and it's happening more and more frequently. So that could potentially mean that, and it always made me think that there's something either here recording or something that's being controlled that somebody is listening to. So 2021, 2022 glitch, right? So during the year of 2022, multiple things happened. So I happened to be, every time I went to a certain location, like every time I went up to the East Coast where I'm from, it literally rained every time. Like a lot of things would happen. It was almost like it was weather, but also like energetically, right? So what I noticed during that time was I kept being handed off. I kept saying that. Mind you, all of these things are being documented, okay? It be feeling like attacks for real, for real. That's why I'm getting ready to give y'all the thing, because y'all know when, again, people like me start saying stuff that it's, or things start happening, they'll say it's conspiracy, or they'll say, but meanwhile, I'm going to show y'all how many car accidents that I have been put in, placed in, or things have been happening to the tune of. Mind you, this social media is already acting weird already. I ain't even got into nothing, but this one's already starting to do a thing, right? All right, so 2022, I was out over the road and random things just started happening. One time, a helicopter was following me. So we're going to write that down. Mind you, to the tune of, it went from where I was to where I was actually about to be, from where I picked up at to where I was about to be, and then it stayed hovering in the air above me. I saw it. Nobody's not going to tell me that, right? Also in 2022, I got a mysterious phone call that came across my phone that one asked me out of nowhere in the middle of the night, do you believe in aliens? It was like a little questionnaire they was going through, right? Mind you, not for nothing, I kind of, I indulged because it was a lot of strange ass things happening. Do you believe in UFOs? Yeah, I do. Do you believe in aliens? Yeah, I do. What's your favorite number? No, they asked me if there was a hotel and you could stay and they put you on the 13th floor, would you stay there? Well, yeah, because 13 is my favorite number. It's the day that my oldest son was born. He was born on the 13th, so 13 is my favorite number. By the time this phone call, I'm going to put phone call. By the time this phone call was done, they had asked me numerous amounts of weird, random sci-fi questions that I did answer. They ended up hanging up. Never got anything else behind that. So don't know what happened. Also in 2022, I happened to be listening to a particular person that somehow I got guided to. They said listen and don't interact. This particular individual said on their platform, excuse me, the next day to watch out for the drone. I don't know how this particular person knew that I was going to go to their platform, but the person said, look out for the drone. The next night, the drone was in the air right in front of me. All right. So behind that, in 2022, there was an incident where my car got hit 3 times, right? Twice, my son was driving. So maybe they thought it was me, but I was over the road. And one was a deer running into my son. Car got damaged, right? The next one was he ran into another person going out of here. He couldn't see, something happened. Anyway, so that, again, something about the car, though, is what I'm gathering. So we're going to say car, all right? So those 2 incidents happened. Right behind that, I ended up getting a rental car. Mind you, this night, he was with me. He was driving. So this happened, and I can't remember the day, but for some reason, I want to say it was around the time when fireworks, so maybe about 4th of July. I don't know. Anyway, long story short, what ended up happening is we actually now have a rental car. So nothing should be wrong with the rental car, other than the fact that the rental car got left outside, which I normally don't do. I always pull things into the driveway because there's been a lot of strange events happening surrounding me, right? All right. So this particular night, we happened to go to the QT. There's a connection road between my road and the Salem Road over on the other street. We happen to be on that road. So as we come around, like coming straight, all of a sudden, fireworks shoot out from the car. I don't know if it was fireworks or sparks. I'm going to just say, the reason why I'm going to say fireworks is because it was a hella sparks, but it was a loud sound. And there's sparks all over the place from the car. This is a rental car. All right. So I'm scared. My son's scared. He's 17. I tell him, do not stop here because it was pitch black where we were. So I tell him, we're not going home, drive to a store. So we drive to a store where there's light. So we ended up going back to, well, we went around, but we ended up going to a gas station. When we get out of the car, nothing is wrong with the car. Nothing is wrong under the car, around the car, surrounding the car, but there are sparks that just flew out and a loud sound that then flew out from this car. All right. So that happened. I happened to be at the truck stop, which is also very strange, only because for some reason, I'm also saying in 2022, I had a security detail that was handing me off from state to state. Every state that I went to, there was a card that I can definitely see looked like it was making sure that I got from point A to point B. So much so that I thought it was weird and random. And I'm saying, who got the money to pay for this? Because this shit is strange. Not only that, I can clearly see that when I left my neighborhood, a lot of the times there would always be a black car with security cameras. Literally, they would be blacked out. But you know how you can see the cameras on the dash? Like it would be like right here in the window. I saw that multiple times. All right. So we're going to say security detail. All right. And y'all may think that I'm telling you lies, but I don't have no reason to tell you lies, okay? This is all shit that happened that I know for a fact, okay? Okay, so also, in 2022, I was given my name, right? And mind you, I don't know, throughout history, this person exists. And so I started all of a sudden, you know, during the glitch, I heard a name. So I know the name, but when I went to go look up this person in history, this person exists, right? But she always been under the radar because she's listed where she's listed, but you can't go find her unless you know who it is, or you wouldn't want to go find her unless the name was given. So the name was given, it was input into the glitch, right? So I know the name, right? So along with that, it was almost like when that glitch happened, when I came online, they knew I came online. How would they know that? I literally could hear conversations being taken place saying, how did she do that? So y'all may think that I'm the strangest person ever, but I also thought that it was strange as well. And the only reason why I'm telling y'all this is because I'm telling y'all again, something is not right. There's some shit that's happening around me right now that is strange as fuck. Okay? So I was given my name. I know who she is. I know where she is. Know where she came from. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay? So somehow I ended up with a security detail, and it started to be a thing. And this is when I started getting messages. You can't be over the road because you're in danger. The weirdest part is that in the morning time, wherever I parked at, I would be surrounded by trucks that seemed like they were there to make sure I was okay. And it would have weird names on it, like Destiny, or like, you know, just strange names that I would pay attention to. It would have numbers on them, like angel numbers. It was weird. But mind you, this is Earth School, so you pay attention to everything that's around you. And the things that was happening around me didn't make sense. All right. So also in 2022, I happened to be at a truck stop close to the house because I was going to go out the next day. So there was some guy that showed up out of nowhere, and he was just talking to me. So I was sitting in my truck, he was sitting in his truck. We was having conversations. Anyway, long story short, the next morning, I went to go say goodbye to the guy because, you know, we had been having a conversation and this, that, and the third. And, so I wasn't in my particular truck probably at this time, I don't think. Or maybe he came to the window. I don't know. Something happened to the tune of, I wasn't near my pickup because I had my pickup truck on one side. He was here and then my truck. So either I was somewhere, just so y'all know. Anyway, he comes to my truck. So that was the one thing that I'm very much sure about. He comes to my truck. He says, did you move your pickup truck? I say, no. Why? I think your pickup just got hit. The guy that hit my pickup truck literally moved my pickup truck out of a whole spot, didn't know he had hit my pickup truck, and went to the fuel stop and proceeded to get gas. I literally come around the corner and I'm going, you know, ham on this dude because I'm trying to figure out how the fuck did you not know that you just hit my pickup truck? So now that's 1, 2, 3, 4 times that this pickup truck has been hit. But mind you, everything in this scenario, in this situation, is pointing to the fact that my pickup truck had already had a tracker on it. Now, in the process of this, my big truck that I used to park at the Loves down the street started had weird things happening to it too. Like, i.e., something seemed like I kept calling and telling people I'm being tracked. And these people are saying, oh, she's losing it. Mind you, then when the tracker got found, which the only reason why the tracker got found on the pickup truck was because it got hit so much that I was never really driving it. So by the time it went to the last place that actually did their job, and it went there twice, they literally was trying to make sure that, because the next time it got hit, it damaged some wires and things of that nature. So that was literally God trying to keep me out of this truck to make sure that I wasn't driving. So that way, when the person knew where I was and decided to do whatever it was they was going to do, I never was really driving the truck. Anyway, so the next thing was also in 2021, 2022, when that time changed, I literally was talking to this person named Dominique. And I'm only mentioning Dominique because literally Dominique is the reason why I ended over, and it's a male. I asked him to take me to the gun range because I had just got a new gun and I never fired it. So I said, I need you to take me to the gun range. So, you know, mind you, I'm also putting people on high alert because I live here. I don't live around nobody, no family, none of the above. And so I needed other people to know that there were strange things happening. So this is early in 2022. Anyway, he takes me to the gun range, which was also strange. And I don't want to blame Dominique for nothing, but he chose the gun range. So when he chose the gun range, this particular day, we get there and there's people, and I done already told you this story. It's a thing called flying monkeys that they do, right? And it's like a gang of people that will, you know, swarm and do, you know, random ass shit, right? So I get to the gun range that day. Something was off to me. I don't like being around a whole lot of people. Mind you, I don't like being around a whole lot of children with guns. This particular day, there's a whole lot of people around here, right? All right, long story short, we get all our stuff together. They send us down to one of the areas. All right. What happens is these young people down there are firing guns that are bigger than them that sound like cannons. I don't like loud noises. Mind you, I love music, but I turned up loud, but I don't like something about these loud. I don't like that. Anyway, also, I had already had in when did we do the last family camping? So the last family camping was either 2018, and that nigga was here. And we was actually building the thing that I'm getting ready to get rid of now because I just posted this shit on fucking Facebook Marketplace. We was building a fucking outhouse because we do family camping in the back. During family camping, I'm standing there and all of a sudden my head jerks forward and a light shows. Mind you, nothing's wrong. Nothing's happening. We're just standing there. But I get a premonition of me being shot in the back of the head. My head jerked forward even with me just standing there. He looks at me. He says, "Are you okay?" Nah, I just got shot in the back of the head and I felt it. Okay, fast forward. Now we're at 2022 and I'm standing in a gun range with a bunch of kids just running all around with guns. And, you know, they having a good time. Meanwhile, there's supposed to be no recording at the gun range. So anyway, long story short, it is this person, me and Dominique, and then this person. These people that should not be down there. So in this process, this is when all the weird shit is already happening with me. So I'm already trying to stay away from everybody and I'm trying not to be down there when they're doing it because it's ringing my head. It's boom, boom, boom is all I'm hearing. It's ringing my ears. I go outside, I'm sitting and now I'm just watching, but now it's my turn. Dominique tells me to come in and now it's time for me to fire my gun. So as I'm getting in there to fire my gun, my spirit tells me to turn around now. I turn around, there's a little boy behind me, and he has a loaded gun to the tune of all he had to do was pull the trigger. It's pointed at me. I turn around, I'm staring at the boy in his face. He puts the gun down. So in that instance, it seemed to me like the child was afraid of, you know, committing that act there. The people that are in the building come down there because they put these people out. They told them it's too many people down here. Y'all not supposed to be recording. Dominique later tells me, because I said, I gotta go. I can't be around here. Now, everybody was there. I don't know none of the people that was there. But these people was looking at me like they knew who I was. There was 2 girls that were there in this whole little situation. Now, a couple days later after that, I happened to go to the wig store. Don't know why I was even going to the wig store, but, you know, God's leading me to the wig store. So I happened to go in the wig store. Guess who's there? One of the girls. Told y'all this story already before. So I said to the girl, I just saw you the other day at the gun range. Because I'm making her know that I knew I saw y'all. The little girl tells me it wasn't her. Bitch, it was you. I was looking at your edges. It was only 2 girls down there. I know for a fact it was her. She says it's not her. I'm not going to pressure her, but I made note. Bitch, why would you lie? Mind you, this is the day I almost fucking died, because literally this little boy, all he had to do was pull the trigger and I would have been gone. And it would have looked like an accident because we're at the gun range. This is live ammo. And all he would have had to say was, my bad. All right. So now let's go on and do what we need to do. All right. So 2022 security detail, people are doing whatever they're doing. And again, I still don't want to blame Dominique, but the fact that I was there, that's not the gun range that I wanted to go to. This is where we all have to trust our discernment. And again, I've learned that since I've been here, people have been getting paid to do a whole lot of stuff, because I told y'all about incidents of me hiring truck drivers and things of that nature, and then my trucks being stolen off the road, and you know, people just doing whatever they're doing. That has happened. So my drivers and anybody that's been around me has always been compromised. I'm just gonna say that. Why somebody's watching me so closely, or why somebody so, you know, I don't know. All right. So, and the security detail kept being cars that had particular emblems on them. That's how I knew even about the cars. And it would be a thing where they would kind of fly to make sure that either they were in front of me or behind me. It had a symbol on it. And I'm sure if I told y'all, y'all would know, but I'm sure a lot of y'all can guess who the hell be doing a lot of shit. Okay. Anyway, so that happened. So we got the car accident, we got this. 2022 was kind of like a weird ass year, because all of a sudden there was a snowstorm out of nowhere. I got caught on the East Coast. That was the first time I ever noticed that shit turned red. Like, and I mean red. It's snowing white, but yet there's red alarms going everywhere around me. To the tune of, I got locked into one of the rest areas. They closed the gate because they didn't want to let nobody in it, but it was also another thing where everything was turning red. Okay. So I learned my lesson about going the fuck up there, stay away from there. But that particular night, even after everything happened, there was one incident I almost took and flew off the truck. All right. Some supernatural shit, but you know, some supernatural shit. The wind caught the thing. It could be, you know, just that, but it wasn't no wind. The stone that I have in my purse that I keep with me all times was literally gifted, and I was told that that thing was getting ready to come to me, but somehow it came in the middle of a load on a piece of equipment. This man should have seen it and took it off, but somehow it got placed on my truck and I took it. But I was told that it was coming. All right. Okay. So anyway, multiple things started to happen. Let's see. So we can name that the first time when I got flower dusted, I woke up out of my sleep because I got fairy dust sprinkled in my dream. Mind you, this is how I woke up. And it was a white rabbit. All right. So anybody that's listening at this point, they would start to say, okay, well, something's da 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 da. Suck you mother, because ain't nothing wrong with me at all, period. The amount of events that have happened and around me that you can actually really see and prove was weird. But also the amount of supernatural things that started happening around me was also weird. So then I started noticing that also in 2022, nobody was allowed to come near me. To the tune of, I started laughing and I started telling people that if you can get near me, try it. Because literally something keeps happening. And every time somebody tried to get near me, they couldn't. And then anytime I mentioned anybody or said anything about me getting near anybody, all of these people started having bad dreams about me. Every single one of them. And then they kept telling the people, whoever was in the dream that was talking to the people kept telling the people that I was evil. And so that started to be a thing. And the only reason why I found that out is because one of the people that was not afraid of the dreams that they started having told me. But mind you, when I said something about that nigga that was around here, they told me they started having bad dreams about me too, but they wouldn't tell me the dreams that they was having. Now, why and what could make people start having bad dreams about me to stay away from me? I've never done anything to anybody. I'm a very good person. I'll give somebody the shirt off my back. But now I'm being looked at as weird and crazy. All right. Now, let's see. 2022, maybe we can wrap this up because I don't know how many accidents that was, but it was about 3. Also, 2022, my pickup truck, not my pickup truck, the big truck. I started noticing that my big truck was when it was being left, somebody started fixing things on it, every time I left it. It was the strangest thing. I would come back and there would be stuff added on it or taken off, like my tail light was cracked. Somebody fixed it. It started being to the tune of they was making sure that I was safe when I went out. But one day I came back and I noticed that somebody had been in my truck. Nothing was taken. It just looked like they fixed something that was under my dash, which made me think that either they took off the tracker because I kept saying I was adamant about somebody following me. So it made me think they took off the tracker. Either way, my truck was touched. Okay. So, now we fast forward we can go to 2023. So in 2023, I started having bad dreams. Not bad dreams, but I started having dreams telling me, like, you're in danger. You can't be over the road because you're out there by yourself, right? So one dream that I had that was very vivid, and it was very strange, was I was driving. And I was doing a lot of Florida runs. I would go from Florida to Georgia, back and forth, because I couldn't go to the East Coast because every time I went to the East Coast, something strange happened. And also in 2022, I was over on the East Coast and something in my body kept feeling like a pull. It was weird because I couldn't stop it from happening. It was like I was being pulled to come to a different truck stop. Which is in Newcastle, which is right beside where they have like a Golden Corral or something, right? But mind you, I didn't want to go there. But the energy was so fucking strong that literally what I had to do was get in my truck, drive to where it was trying to pull me to drive to. And instead of me making a right so I did this move and I bust the truck around and went back to where I was. Because also what I didn't tell y'all, in 2021, I was at the truck stop there and somebody cut my brake line. So this happened in 2021 before the glitch. And so the only reason why I actually ended up figuring that out is because before I left, we started going over the truck and the trailer, and the lines underneath was cut. But mind you, this is from somebody, that's a whole nother story, but literally that happened too. And so I stayed away from there because it just automatically made me feel like somebody, kind of summoning and some things of that nature. But anyway, this particular night, I drove down there because it's not that far, but it's far enough. But I hightailed it back to where I came from. So it broke whatever it was that was trying to do the pull. And again, some weird, shit. So now we go to 2023. So the dream was, I was driving and all of a sudden the truck ends up going towards the woods. I couldn't stop it. It just literally went this way. So when I woke up in my dream, I was in the middle of some trees and some bushes on the highway. I knew I wasn't dead because I could hear people talking, but I felt real warm. That's the way my system felt. Like I must have been bleeding or something, but I could hear people talking. I could see this light. The whole front of my truck was mangled. And then I passed out in the dream. And then I woke up. So because this happened and I wanted to, you know, get rid of the energy and I didn't want to just keep holding on to that, I ended up telling a person at the time everything that happened. I came to social media. I told them that I just had the worst dream. Literally, I got mangled up in a car accident and I don't remember what happened. I just knew I wasn't dead because I could hear people talking, but then everything went black. So said that to a person. All right. So long story short, after I said that to a person, 2 weeks later, matter of fact, it wasn't even 2 weeks later, a person, so truck accident. A person literally sped up. I'm on 75 in Florida, going to Naples, minding my own business, nothing happening, nothing, you know, spectacular. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it is bam, right into me. Lights got way too close. My head jerked. I heard a pop. And next thing you know, I'm in an accident. So you ran up to me to hit me. There's no reason for a person to run up to you and hit you. So they're trying to say that the person fell asleep. My assumption and what I think is that the nigga probably was on the phone and had his head down talking. But, you know, he was white. So y'all know how a lot of these things go because... And apparently this nigga must have been very important. Don't know who this nigga was, but somehow in the process of him hitting me, he had his dog with him. And somehow in the process of him hitting me, he literally was able to get another rental car that night and hit somebody else. And I don't know about y'all, but in my life and me growing up and, you know, my blackness, normally... I got in an accident. Again, I'm going to tell y'all about some more accidents because, mind you, this has been all in the span of this time. You're not allowed to just be able to get another rental car because I literally got in an accident in a rental car in 2024. And they hit me and they didn't want to give me another rental car and I didn't even create the accident, okay? So don't ask me for the life of me how this nigga got another rental car and was able to hit somebody else. And the only reason why I know this is because his insurance company told me. Okay. So, truck accident. So with that being said, okay, now you're out, right? You're out of trucking. Because now I sit close to I'm short. I'm 5'2", 5'3". Messed up my knees, right? All right. But mind you, that was also God basically saying, you know, I already gave you the warning and it wasn't the front of the truck, thank God, but the back of the truck was mangled up. So, you know, got rid of that and now I'm just listening. Okay. So, and let me also state that in 2022, 3 more different things happened. I literally took a video and it may be on one of my social medias, or maybe I'm not even sure if I posted it only because I was going through the neighborhood as this was happening. I literally watched my truck window crack right in front of me and then seal itself back up. Now, this could be a temperature thing, maybe, you know, I don't know, but I wasn't the only person that saw this shit happening. It was the weirdest thing because by that nighttime, that crack was gone. But my whole windshield, so, you know, we can chalk that up to maybe a hairline, but no, some weird random ass shit. All right. So also, one day it was one night we was going to somewhere. I was going to go pick my son's girlfriend up, maybe, I think. Again, everything turns red. And when I say red, it looks like everybody's riding their brakes, but you don't have to be riding your brakes. There's plenty of space and opportunity and fucking road for y'all to go. But everything is fucking red. To the tune of, now there is an ambulance coming, everything's red again. So red to where I'm just sitting here like paying attention and looking. And then my 17-year-old son. And again, all of these things are things that I said already before, but people don't fucking listen. So my 17-year-old son says with his voice, Mom, what is happening? I said, you can see that? Because in my mind, I didn't want to say nothing because I didn't want to introduce him to nothing that he shouldn't be introduced to. But you can see that shit? He says yes. I said, I don't know. We just going to go ahead and get in the house. Because whatever it is, we don't want no parts of it. But it started when we were leaving. And the thing is there's a sign that was on the highway. And the sign was saying, slow down. Long story short, by the time we got back to the house, there was also incidents that kept happening at my house where I told y'all one other time that the security system got bypassed. But mind you, don't know how the security system got bypassed because it was only me and him in the house. And there's no way that the doors or the windows should be open. Doesn't make any sense. The bitch ass cop that came here asked me, do I know how to close my windows? Bitch, I done been living in this house for up to 10 years. And furthermore, the alarm system has not been bypassed in the past couple of days. It's been arming itself as it should every night at a certain point in time. Also, I told y'all about the time that the police came here and the police told me that you need to make sure that you're change your password. And then I told y'all some bitch ass nigga was on my social media the next day talking shit, which meant now they couldn't see inside my house. That happened too. All right. So, again, it's many things happening with several different people or several situations, but these niggas ain't got no type of money to be invested in helicopters and security details. All right. So 2023, we got a truck accident. I kept saying things happening, but it's always surrounding my money. That was one of the things surrounding my money. Like, why is it that this is happening and this is happening, but it's being made for me to be able to kind of, it was weird, right? All right. So, as I was explaining to my son, the amount of car accidents and the amount of damage to my car, because I literally ended up getting another car. After the car accident, the 2024 accident, I was getting ready to go to, it was Thanksgiving night. I was going to start and try to do some Uber or whatever. And lo and behold, because I had the rental car, the white car, a bitch waited on the side of the road. I'm waiting to make the turn because there's more and more traffic coming. So as the traffic is coming, she parks on the side and gets on her phone. As the traffic is going by and now I'm about to make the turn, the bitch literally comes out and rams me. As if she waited to hit me. Cops get called. She left. All of a sudden, mind you, this is, like I said, on Salem Road. So it's been one accident behind the next accident behind the next accident. Mind you, I'm never responsible for these accidents. And as y'all know, when, shit be trying to happen, and who am I? I shouldn't be that important to anybody, but the amount of accidents that keep happening, that keep being unsolved, or it keeps being left to damage me and nothing else, are starting to be astronomical. I'm about to be 50 years old. This has been in the past 5 years. I have never been in this many accidents as long as I've been living on this earth. But somehow, all of a sudden, in the past 5 years, it's been almost 8, 9, 10. Never me doing it. All right. So we got the 2020, that was 2024. But I'm sure we get some other stuff in between accident And like I said, that was a rental car, and they didn't want to give me another rental. So I ended up going to get another car. And by the grace of God, my aunt helped me get that. And now I'm having an issue because at this point, there's stuff happening to the tune of, I may be about to mess up her credit and my credit because my credit already shot. But the fact that now other shit happening. So after the rental car, I went and got another car. My aunt was gracious enough to be able to co-sign for me. But mind you, 3 months after that, I'm at a stop sign, minding my own business. A car flies past here, flies past the stop sign, hits another car. That car hits the car that's in front of me and pushes that car into me. Nobody in that 4-car pileup has insurance but me. And mind you, my insurance company tells me they're not going to pay for it because I was about to do Spark. Mind you, hadn't even done a Spark. But meanwhile, my car's still fucked up. It's a whole year and something later. But mind you, just another accident that if I had have been even remotely close to this nigga would have fucked me up. But because I was so far back, enough to be back enough from him, I happened to only get the whole front of my car crushed. Just close enough to the radiator. So literally my car don't have a frame, the part that should, actually stop it from. So if I get in an accident at this point, my ass is grass because guess what? It don't have the bar in front of it anymore to stop that engine from moving. Good morning, Chico. Love you. Thank you for being here. All right. So as I'm talking to my son, I'm telling my son this morning, I said, I'm just giving y'all the heads up because I'm starting to notice there's a whole lot more random ass shit that is happening. Mind you, I'm listening and watching to people say that what happens is, even with the lag and when stuff is being recorded or when somebody's intercepted your shit, there's going to be a lag on it. So literally, I've been recording on Twitch for several days, and I kept noticing that all of a sudden my Twitch kept shutting down for some reason. Mind you, shouldn't make any sense as to why it's shutting down, but it's been shutting down. But as I'm recording over here, I'm talking to my son, and I noticed that the movements from there ain't matching what I'm doing here. Thank you. The movements are not matching what is over here. So I tell my son, I said, I literally just watched something today when they said that when your signal and things have been intercepted or when people are watching and, doing whatever they're doing, it starts to create a lag in your phone or in your recordings. Why am I important? Thank you. Why am I important to anybody? But mind you, we keep coming up with DNA things. DNA keeps being a thing. Other than that, why would anybody have or feel the need to fuck with me? But I also told y'all that when I came online, when that big glitch happened, all of a sudden there was stuff being given in actual information that I shouldn't know. And then the shit started being confirmed. It was weird. It was almost even to the tune of, like I said, why would somebody take the risk to activate that many people at one time unless, thank you, unless they were running out of time. And then the thing that I'm starting to hear all of a sudden was these people are running out of time because da-da-da-da-da. And then so this morning, like I said, all of a sudden I'm talking to God because I'm saying, mind you, my GoFundMe link got taken out of my bio. How did it get taken out? My account got changed to a business account. How did that happen? Yesterday, the day before yesterday, I got an alert from my insurance company saying that this is the code. Somebody's trying to get inside of my insurance. Not making sense. None of this shit is making sense. And I can't show y'all the code because of the person watching then. But why is somebody... Another thing that happened. All of a sudden in 2020... This was 2024. It might be in 2025. 2024, 2025, I got a check. And I said it keeps surrounding money and things of this nature. So I don't know who's done hacked my shit, why they hacked my shit, why I'm so important to these people, why they're watching and pay attention. to the tune of my TV activated one night. I didn't put a piece of tape over top of the actual part that, you know, could be watched or whatever. But all of my remotes are now controlling other parts of the house. And it's strange. But anyway, I got a check from a place. Mind you, what shouldn't even have gotten a check. Don't know how, you know. But anyway, I got a check. The check had to clear in my account. Before the check even cleared in my account, I had already paid, you know, my mortgage, right? For that month. Do y'all not know that somehow my Cash App got linked into? The person pulled all the money from my bank account into my Cash App and bought Bitcoin. The fact of the matter is, I was laying on the couch sleep and I kept hearing the phone ping. So I didn't, you know, because I was asleep. I didn't get up to look at the phone. The next day when I got up, the phone was dead. So by the time I got a hold of it, all my money had been transferred to Cash App to Bitcoin from my bank account. First and foremost, how would they know that I had got a check? It wasn't making sense. It's almost like whoever it is watching me so closely that they're literally trying to, like, again, my social media, this one is acting up already. So if it cuts off, just know I have to tell y'all all of these things and keep repeating it over and over again because something is not right. And although we can, you know, account some of this shit to some of these little whack ass niggas, some of this shit is a little too high tech. It's not making sense. Or it's just not making sense. So how would somebody be able to, and the only reason, and mind you, I lost money from that because of the fact that Cash App, excuse me, because the money got pulled from my bank and it said that the person, whoever did it, it said it was in Florida, Miami, Florida. I was in Georgia at the time. So in the past couple days, recently, my insurance just sent me an alert and telling me that somebody tried to access my account. My internet is really like, it's whatever's happening with over here because that's a thing. Thank you. My internet is being, it's more than that, Chico, and that's what I was telling them because literally I was telling them how I was going through the timeline of me having a security detail. Who the fuck can do that? To me, that's dumb people. Because ain't no way, when I came online, and when I came online and that shit happened, it was helicopters and security and police. Why? Why would that be? Something is happening in the system. I don't know. Oh, and then the other thing. When I went and got my car, right? When I went and got my car, it was like somebody was trying to erase me from the system. This is what is happening. Because it seemed like somebody's trying to erase me out of the system. So when I went and got my car, after they had finalized all the paperwork and everything, I was sitting with the man to go and, you know, sign the documents and shit, right? His computer shut down. Mind you, not to also mention that I glitch out every time I go near a damn gas pump. It's a whole shit show for me to get gas because literally the whole shit fucks up, okay? But anyway, when I went to go get my car, as I'm signing the documents, the man is putting the things in that, you know how to give you your tag. His computer shuts down and sends him an alert saying something, a code. This man literally looks at me and tells me, he said, I ain't never had that happen. As you start to break clear of the spell of Leviathan, things like that start to happen. Well, it's been a long stretch, a whole 5 years, and basically, I'm ready. Okay, so the man literally has to make a phone call to whoever the tech people is that run this account. The lady now has to go through the system in order to release me and fix his computer. But literally, whoever is doing it is literally trying to wipe me from the scene. And so it took an extra, couple da-da-da-da-das to get me to be able to even have a tag. But literally, it keeps being a thing about me not even having a card. That's the thing. So whatever it is, it's trying to keep me like this, held. But mind you, literally, it is messing up everything surrounding me or making it better. Because like I just told y'all the other day, if something don't happen and God don't, intervene and everything goes to the point where I end up leaving my house, nobody is going to know where the hell I am, because at that point, now it's not you being able to hold me to here, because then I'm free to the wind, but that's what y'all wanted to do. And I'm not going to go live with nobody that I know at all, period. I'm not living with nobody because this is my house and this is where I need to be. So also in 2024, right? I end up, 2024, I think I had started doing Uber. Somebody introduced me to doing, that's how I even got a car, because literally a girl came, and that was a whole weird ass turn of events too. But anyway, a girl came, they told me about Uber and being able to get a rental car, da-da-da-da-da. Somehow this particular day, I ended up taking a ride to Augusta, and I never take rides to go anywhere, right? Out of the state, out of the, my area. So a young girl needed a ride. She was leaving her person, this, that, and the third. I go to the mall to pick her up. So I'm taking her all the way to Augusta. So she's crying in the back, and I'm, letting her know everything cool, this, that, and the third. I'm giving her tissue, this, that, and the third. By the time I hit, I don't know what this city is or what the next city is over, but it's almost like 3 cities over going towards Augusta. My phone literally opens up and starts dropping a mother load of messages down, as if my phone has been covered up and I must have went out of the area or the range that these people are controlling. My phone always feels like it's congested, like something is wrong with it, something is blocking it, somebody's basically intervening and taking my stuff before I even get it. But meanwhile, that's another thing. Also in 2024, I'm going to say my mail got compromised. No, it wasn't 2024. It started happening in 2022. 2022, somehow my mail got compromised. And so the first thing was, the garage doors. The garage doors went up. Don't know which year what that was. All right, so 2022, I started noticing that mail stopped coming to my house. I'm trying to figure out why I'm not getting the mail. So long story short, because I'm out over the road doing, whatever, one day I just happened to be home. And I don't know why, for the life of me, I just happened to walk to one of the windows. Somebody was at my mailbox looking like they was checking my mail. By the time I got to, where I was able to, get to, they were gone. Oh, and another thing happened. Somehow in 2022 is when I told y'all about the girl saying that there was a helicopter out here, but come to find out there was no helicopter. Nobody else in the neighborhood knew about it, but the girl was saying that. But also, this was 2022 too. I happened to, again, another time coming home. Thank y'all, coming home, and I'm upstairs. My son is in the back room playing his game. I happen to hear my garage door go up. I go walk down to the back. My son is in there. I go grab my gun, and I told my son, you come behind me so I know where you are. We get to the fucking garage, my garage is wide open. As long as I've been living in this house, my garage doors have never gone up. But since all of this weird shit has happened, my garage doors have gone up by themselves twice. And it just so happened, also, there was a girl online that was doing some weird shit. And for some reason, she was threatening to, kind of say something, do something to my son, but she never really actually acted as if she was talking to me. But somehow in 2022, I was being attacked by some fucking bitches online. Don't know where they came from or how they actually came about. So we're going to write that down too. All right, so now we are here at this day and this point in time, right? And so this is where I'm saying that whatever is happening, whatever is triggering in the system or whatever is being done, I think that by this time they think that they have definitive, we're gonna make this happen to her or for her or you know, mind you, it's to her, because literally that's what most of it has been. And so I rebuke it. I'm not, whatever it is that is trying to get me to do, because to me, I feel like, oh, by now, a lot of people would have done this. And like I told my son, that's not even an option for me. Taking myself out of this location, this place, this simulation, that way, like I'll leave from here. That's not an issue. But taking myself all the way out of this simulation, I'm never going to do. So if anything happens to me, they're going to have to do it. Because other than that, and I ain't inviting nobody to do nothing. Around here, all of a sudden, like somebody being in my backyard, I kept telling somebody was back there. Don't know who, don't know why, don't really too much care. All I know is, it's been a weird turn of events to the point where I'm getting ready. I'm basically making it clear so then that way I could just see all the way to the back. There is nobody being able to move around, this, that, and the third, da, 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 da. Also in the process of that, just trying to make sure that I get rid of as much of the energy that was around here that could be tainted by, you know, people helping do something and you know, the things. But at this moment in time, I'm just making it very clear to everybody that is around, something ain't right. Something's not right. We also had the incident about the stalking niggas. I don't know where the hell they came from. But mind you, that's been a couple of times too, because it's been several different people that have been trying to get to me or trying to get around me. But mind you, because I don't go around nobody and because I'm not letting nobody get near me, it's making it hard for them to be able to do whatever it is that they would be wishing to do. But I'm telling y'all, and I'm putting y'all on notice right now, that something is definitely happening. And we'll see what happens next. So I might have to tell y'all this again, but we done already wrote down the whole little, you know, timeline of things that are happening. And I'm sure there's more that I could need to remember. But as of now, it's some strange shit happening. And I don't think that it's just a person. I think it's bigger than that. And these people may be doing stuff. They may have done stuff, because we do know that these niggas, you know, niggas be doing casting as much as, you know, bitches be doing. And I know that some of the people that I have been around do, you know, do stuff like that. But to me, along with some supernatural things, some of it ain't so supernatural. Some of it is tied to them people. And again, why would I be like, I ain't done nothing. I shouldn't be on nobody's watch list. I shouldn't be on nobody's nothing. All I've ever done was sit here and tell y'all, you know, certain things. But mind you, in the process of the certain things, I started off talking to y'all about that man that's changing things. And it also says right here, the father of many, the father of nations, symbolizes faith, devotion, leadership, and covenant with God, associated with steadfast belief, obedience, to divine truth, and spiritual legacy. Every time there's been a name that has come up to me, and what do I say to y'all? You know, talk to your mom about it. But right now, I'm your mama, because maybe some of y'all wasn't raised right. Da 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 da. And so things happening, but literally, I'm telling y'all, it is bigger than the little shit that we are knowing. And this is where the truth is important. And people keep saying they don't need to hear, they don't need to know. We know enough. No, the fuck we don't. Because something is happening. And I'm telling you, them people got records and documentation. And I'm also saying that them people knew when we came online. And I don't mean to the fucking internet. So Spiritually, the name carries themes of trusting God even when the path doesn't make sense. Breaking old cycles to establish a new lineage or a way of being. Being chosen to lead, guide, or plant seeds that benefit others. That man is going to change the world. They already know it. He's already talking like he already knows. And what do I keep saying? It's not this side or that side. Neither side is good for us. So the people that are in covenant, they're trying their hardest to try to take those people the fuck out. And ain't nobody gonna tell me that many car accidents and that much stuff that's been trying to do shit to me is not linked to something bigger than... Ain't no fucking way. I've been on this earth way longer than what they have been trying. And if it wasn't happening then, and I'm not the cause of it, then what the hell is the cause of it? Whatever they didn't try to put into the system, just like I told everybody when they was talking about New Year's. New Year's that's not the New Year's. I don't give a damn whether or not you know that's not the New Year's, but them people are casting spells during them times. So this is why it is protection and defense. But meanwhile, God is in control. It don't matter what people think. Quiet strength, humility, and unwavering faith. A call to stand firm in your truth. Stepping into leadership or ancestor healing role. Being asked to trust a higher plan beyond immediate understanding. The name means everything. He wasn't gifted the name Ibrahim. It's his damn name. And I told y'all, the names are important. Whether or not y'all know it or not, this is your name is your legacy, your inheritance. And I mean your inheritance here and on earth and in heaven. Your name is important. Whatever you were named at birth, whatever you got spoken over top of you, that was important. So we don't need to talk about, and I wonder if that was his name at birth, but to me, that probably was his name at birth. Either way, if that's his name at birth, that's the one. Because literally, they're trying to do everything they can to silence that man. You can't kill what God sent. You can't take out what God has already. Remember, I said predestined. Why do they keep trying to do something so bad? They say go home, but meanwhile, you're trying to damage the home. Like all of this shit is not adding up. Because literally, even what they're talking about over here, where they're talking about some, what did he say? Born here. But every chance they get, they say, go back home. But mind you, ain't none of them going to fuck back home. And even if we was to decide that was our home, why are you trying to damage it before we get there? Why is it that these people always feel like they got to be in control of something? God is in control. You done a fucking enough. But mind you, I'm sure I'm not the only person that a lot of these things have happened to, but a lot of people get silenced and don't want to talk about it because you're going to get scared. Well, I mean, I don't know what else they want me to do. Because if you keep doing shit that's not making sense, like you're going to have to make it make sense to me. You're going to have to make it make sense. I done said that 1,006 times. I don't like confusion. You have to explain to me how this is happening and it wasn't. Who can do these things? Because even if a nigga could call somebody up, cast a spell on her ass, who could make these types of things happen? Them niggas ain't got that much money. So everything potentially happening simultaneously at the same time. But I almost promise you that if in fact what they trying to do happens, y'all gonna fucking regret it. So that's the message. Hopefully it helps. Thank you guys for being here. And, I don't know what else to tell y'all. But pay attention. The shit that's happening right now is not a fucking coincidence. It's tied to the covenant. And when I say covenant, it's your DNA. It's your blood. It's your inheritance. And these people is doing some weird random ass shit, and they trying to get rid of some people because they trying to take over something. They're trying to, you know, do some more bibbity bobbity boo. And I'm gonna just say, not authorized. I rebuke it. My free will is saying I don't want to be in your system. And that's why even when I went to God and I said I don't want to live or die in this system, because literally these people ain't right. This shit is not fucking right. And why are you always trying to damage something that makes it okay for somebody that looks like me, or makes it good for somebody that looks like me? But yet you want to be the leader. You can't be the leader if your goal is not the common good, the collective. You can't be the leader if that's not it. You're going to have to, you know, go on somewhere else with that, because we not interested. I'm not fucking interested anyway. So there's that. I love y'all, and prayerfully people understand that when I'm telling you something's wrong, don't take it as, you know, because conspiracy theories, they'll say that. Meanwhile, have y'all not learned yet that all the conspiracy theorists were correct? I'm not telling y'all stuff because, oh, you know, something's wrong with her. Nothing's wrong other than the fact that whatever the fuck they're doing, if they stop, guess what? I won't have a care or nothing in the world. But, you know, they'll say it's me and not the shit that they're doing. Just like I said about all the people, all of a sudden, now it's you're not mad enough. But accountability says if you were mad enough when it first started happening, then bitch, we wouldn't be fucking here. But the fact of the matter is you thought it was okay as long as it wasn't happening to you. Now, here we are. Black lady talking here, because literally the first thing they'll say is, you know, call a black lady, and I'm gonna keep fucking repeating this shit. Something's not right. Whatever they got in the mix in the system right now, shit ain't fucking right. We don't have a spirit of fear, because every time they fucking do something, it always backfires. And literally yesterday, Mike, what we discussed, fail-safe mechanism. That was one of the first things that I was given and I was told when I was learning shit that I don't know how to fuck. That was definitely high above my pay grade. Why the hell was I getting shit that I don't know? Either way, take it how it resonates. Go with God.